In the break, General, you mentioned that you feel that the public vastly misunderstands how much information the government has and can track. So what can the NSA and the government see in terms of my phone calls, my email communications, my text messages? What does the government know about me?
About you, other than on Bloomberg?
Exactly.
That you're a great journalist and great TV personality? If you're talking to a terrorist, then NSA or other government agencies would have a reason to do it. But under FISA, the government will require a warrant to track your communications, period. For NSA, NSA's responsibility are foreign. So think of the Zazi case, which is out there public. This was the guy who was going to blow up the New York City subway without a Smedes unit. So what NSA had to do under the 702 program was get a court order to allow them, which was the 702, to get information on the communications going from an al-Qaeda known terrorist with Zazi. That's what NSA and that program is geared towards. NSA is the foreign side of this, not the domestic. And so this perception that under the metadata program we're listening to your phone calls or reading your emails is completely false, unless you're talking to a terrorist who's overseas. Domestic, it would be the same thing with the FBI. They have to have a warrant or some reason, probable cause, under FISA, actually, or under a Title III warrant to go after you.
But what about the Dragnet?
So the Dragnet, this is the 215 program, the metadata program. Let's go over what's in
This is information that you collect, right?
Well, this is actually business records that the government compels the internet service providers to provide, which has only numbers in it, no content. It has the to and from number, the date, time, group of the call, and the duration of the call. Only those four things. Your name's not in there. No content is in there. I'll repeat. No names, no content, just numbers. What that's used for is, let's say in the Zazi case, there was actually a number in that Zazi communication. FBI told NSA that was Zazi's number, and we now know he's talking to al-Qaeda. Under the rules at the time, NSA had to have proof to look in the database that it was associated, that number was associated with al-Qaeda. Then one of 35 people could look into that database and go out 3 hops to see who he was talking to. And going out 3 hops, they were able to see that one of the people in New York had downstream connections to other terrorists. And all they saw was the numbers, and then the numbers resulted in somebody overseas who was known to be terrorists. NSA would then give that number in New York City, not knowing who it was, to FBI. FBI, with a national security letter, could look that up. So you see, NSA's job was to connect the dots from 9/11, not to listen to your communications or others. So one of the things that's really wrong is all that about content.